The government is distributing husbands. 20 coins for one. All the girls in the village are rushing to grab a man. I was the only one who didn't go, because I have been reborn. I know that the pathetic little cripple whom no one wants to buy will one day become the prince regent of the entire court. He will give me his heart. And yet have many wives and concubines. He will imprison me for 10 years. Humiliating me night after night. I shouldn't buy him this time. I only want to live a peaceful life. But I never expected. That very night, the village chief would knock on my door with a smile. Zhao Zhao, do you want a husband? I do. I don't. This must be a hallucination. I've been reborn. How can I still see Xinyanxi's shadow? Zhao Zhao, what do you mean? Are you looking down on him because others didn't want him? It's alright. The chief will give you a discount. How about 10 copper coins? No, chief. If no one is buying him, can't you just send him back to the government? What is going on? In my last life, I didn't join the crowd. And he was clearly sent back to the government. Why in this life? Is he being delivered to my door? On this day in my last life, I also went. I only meant to watch the excitement. But ended up picking up a bargain. For 10 coins, I bought a heavily injured, but extraordinarily beautiful little cripple. Back then, everyone in the village laughed at my stupidity. I didn't listen and brought him home. I cared for him and treated his wounds with utmost caution. No one expected that this little cripple would not only survive, but also treat me with incredible kindness. He brought me tea and water, and studied hard to pass the imperial exams. Step by step, he rose to fame and power. I thought I had found my soulmate. Until the day he married his princess consort. Only then did I realize that the reason he was so good to me was simply because by marrying me, he could shed his status as a slave and gain the eligibility to take the imperial exams. I was nothing more than a stepping stone for him to leave Qingchuan village. Seeing me silent and staring blankly, the chief thought I found it too expensive and gritted his teeth. 5 coins. I can't go any lower. No, chief. It's not about the money. I really can't take this person. Oh, Zhao Zhao. When you first arrived in our village, with no one to rely on, I didn't say a word when I took you in, did I? Grow up well. How melancholy. Zhao Zhao is not for you to call. Please call me Miss Chu instead. But you bought me. I should marry you. I will help you shed your slave status. But not as your husband, but as your elder brother. From now on, we shall address each other as siblings. Siblings? Yes, siblings. I was stupid in my last life, overestimating my own worth. On the day of his wedding, I packed my bags and tried to leave in heartbreak, only to be intercepted by his troops. Zhao Zhao. You must understand. My princess consort cannot be a mere village woman. Stop throwing a tantrum. Come back with me. Aside from the title of princess, I will give you everything else. I don't want it. Let me go. Take her away. I was imprisoned by him in a villa on the outskirts of the capital. I became a nameless canary in a gilded cage. 10 years passed in the blink of an eye, until his princess could no longer bear it, and forcibly brought people bursting in to end my life. I won't be your brother. No, we cannot be husband and wife. Why? Because I have a fiancé. Everyone said he died on the battlefield. But I firmly believe that he will return. A fiancé? Yes, I do. His name is Jiang Yu. He's the eldest son of the wealthy Jiang family in town. We met at school. We grew up together. We were childhood sweethearts. Either be my brother, or remain a slave. Choose one. Rest early, brother. Brother. That night, I dreamed of my past life when I was imprisoned. The first half trapped in Qingchuan village, as a maid repaying a debt of gratitude. The second half trapped in a four-walled mansion, as Xinyanxi's secret mistress. A lowly plaything. In a short life of 30-some years, I never truly saw the cold winters, the refreshing rains, or the vast, free mountains and rivers. Try the porridge I made. Get up and eat it. Since we are to sever ties, we should make it a clean break. But before that, I will make full use of him. Last night you said, you were a son of a duke's house who ran away after an argument. So you are literate. Very well. In a moment, it will be troublesome for you, brother, to check this herb manual. Pick out the Panax noto ginseng, blatilla, and white peony from the medicine cabinet. Then spread them out on the trays in the yard to dry. But I'm still injured. If you can limp to make porridge, you can limp to dry herbs. In short, I don't support idle people. Are you really going to speak to me like that? Where are you going? I didn't say I wouldn't do it. With an extra mouth to feed, and a leg that needs treatment. I have to gather herbs to earn money, brother. If I remember correctly, there will be an opportunity to make money soon. I want to earn money and leave this place. Bear with it. Just a few more steps. This pain is nothing. I must dry the herbs first. You're working so hard. How about we make a deal? Don't call me brother. Call me Yancy. Will you? No. In my last life, I begged to call him by his name. But he would always frown and call me pretentious. He insisted I call him brother in front of others. Now it's the other way around. How ironic. 5 or 6 days later. The Shonu raided the border. Medicinal herbs were in short supply. Prices soared 20-fold. Within 100 miles, my yard had the most herbs. I want to make money. But I don't want to profit from a national disaster, so I set a rule. A limited amount per person per day. I won't sell a single extra herb. I don't treat patients, yet even so. I'm still so exhausted I can barely stand. After sending off the last emergency patient, I was too tired to even walk back to my room. I slumped directly onto the stone table in the yard. And fell into a daze. I slept very deeply. I don't know how long I was out. What woke me was a sense of pressure on my lips. Was that a dream just now? It must have been a dream. After all, there's no reason for Shinyensi to steal a kiss from me. This is soup bone sent by Auntie Nyo next door. She said it's great for stewing. Try it. This lad simmered it for 2 hours. I didn't want to see his face full of falsehoods. I just lowered my head and drank the soup silently. I didn't say a word. The anticipation in Shinyensi's eyes eventually faded into loneliness. Zhao Zhao. You are so kind and pleasant. To everyone else. Do you usually have nothing to say to me? Kind and pleasant? In my last life, I gave him twice as much of that. But in the end, did he even care? This man only wants 3 things from me. Clear his slave status, heal his leg, and take the imperial exams. Now the first 2 are already achieved. But as for the exams, he seems to have forgotten and never mentioned them again. Then all the consideration and tenderness he's acting out lately. What is he truly after? What do you really want? Ah. Dr. Chu. Please, save a life. Save my general. This gaping wound. Doesn't it hurt? Dr. Chu, I know you have your rules. But I really have no other choice. We are the city guards. We were ambushed by the Shonu. My general was slashed 7 times. His life is hanging by a thread. The medicine in the city is useless. Only you can save him. I stood up abruptly. Without a moment's hesitation. I hurried over and opened the gate. A soldier who protects our country must not die before my eyes. I gritted my teeth and suddenly tore open his blood-stained clothes. A familiar red object fell from his chest. A love knot. Exactly the same as mine. Reunited. Fortunately, I had hoarded enough medicinal materials. And fortunately, my medical skills were high enough. Jiang Yu was saved. After a night of high fever, he woke up the next afternoon. Zhao Zhao. Long time no see. Let me wipe your face for you. When we were kids, you used my clothes to wipe your nose. Now that we're grown, you're wiping my face. Does this count as being even? That's different. You can't compare the two. The door was gently pushed open. Shinyensi appeared at the door holding food. Seeing the scene inside, his pupils shrank. He limped over. Zhao Zhao. Who is this? Shinyensi, my brother. What? Is this someone Zhao Zhao knows? Brother, this is Jiang Yu. My long-lost fiancé. What did you say? I said. This is Jiang Yu. My childhood sweetheart. My fiancé. Does brother need me to repeat it again? Gu Xiao Zhao Zhao. I finally waited for him. Inexplicably. A sense of unease surged in my heart. His gaze looked as if he wanted to kill me. I must have seen it wrong. He is clearly congratulating me. At least on the surface. Is that so? Doesn't look like he wants to congratulate me. Looks more like an obsession. Why do you still have the love knot? It's a token of our engagement, after all. To keep as a memento. You've been missing for 4 years. According to the unwritten rules, the engagement has long been void. What's the point of keeping a memento? What missing for 4 years? What void? Didn't you write to me back then, saying you found a better husband, and didn't want me anymore? The day I received that letter, I almost died on the battlefield. What? What letter? I really thought you had a change of heart. I suddenly realized that this reunion is actually unfair. For Jiang Yu, our separation was only 4 years. He is still that young man experiencing his first love. But for me, it was 30 whole years of my past life. Now even though time has rewound, how can I still bear his youthful devotion? Jiang Yu has fallen asleep, rubbing my aching shoulders. I went back to my room. Shinyensi? Why are you in my room? What? Not calling me brother anymore? Since you are my brother, you shouldn't burst into your sister's room. For an ordinary brother. Indeed I shouldn't. But I never wanted to be your brother. My intentions are not pure, Zhao Zhao. Zhao Zhao. You shouldn't make me angry. You're also reborn, aren't you? How could it be? How could he know? I'm a little sad. After Zhao Zhao was reborn, you actually chose not to find me. To no longer have any contact with me. It seems. You truly hate and blame me. I was a bastard in our last life. I didn't protect you well. I didn't cherish you properly. It wasn't until after you died that I realized in despair that all the fame and fortune I pursued wasn't worth a single bit of you. I was prepared to spend my whole life chasing you and making it up to you. I've changed, I'm trying, Zhao Zhao. But how can you have someone else? How dare you really think of being with someone else? Let go of me. Zhao Zhao. Is something wrong? Ah. Zhao Zhao? Why don't you answer? Tell him that you are in your brother's arms, being kissed by him, being touched by him. You are shameless. Zhao Zhao. Be good. Let's start over. Tell him to get lost. Start over? How do we start over? Could it be that because of rebirth, a country village woman like me is now worthy of our noble prince regent? Will you not have many wives and concubines? Will you not imprison me in a villa on the outskirts? I won't. Zhao Zhao. In our last life, I actually never wanted to hurt you. I didn't know you cared so much about status. I thought you understood my intentions. The rules of the court are harsh. And you are so innocent. If I had married you as my primary wife, and pushed you into the line of fire, that would have been harming you. But that's all in the past. In this life, I only have you. I won't marry anyone else. We'll just live in Qingchuan village forever, okay? Zhao Zhao. Trust me one more time, okay, Zhao Zhao? Fine. Let's start over from the beginning. Chia Chiao. You're finally back. Chief, do you want a son-in-law? How about Shen Yanxi? Now that he's cleaned up and no longer limps. He's quite handsome. Many girls in the village are fighting for him. He's a perfect match for our Jiao Jiao. Hey. Zhao Zhao, what's this about? How can you return someone you bought? I say he can be returned, so he can. Chief, did you know Jiang Yu is back? I remember back then. Our Jiao Jiao liked Jiang Yu too. She even made a huge scene, wanting me to give up the engagement to her. After I refused back then, I felt guilty for a long time. After all, Jiao Jiao has always had the personality of grabbing what she wants and destroying what she can't get. But after I refused her that time, surprisingly, she never made a scene again. I assume it was some clever plan of yours, Chief, that calmed her down? Yes. It was. Jiang Yu also said he wants to visit in person another day, to thank you and Jiao Jiao for fulfilling his wishes. Shen Yanxi, I'll take him. This won't be a bother to young Master Jiang. By the way, Chief, you saved my life years ago. Now I brought your daughter a good marriage. Does this count as being even? Even, it's even. Humph, words are not proof. How about we put it in writing that all debts are cleared? We'll have nothing more to do with each other. To avoid you coming back to pester me later. Ungrateful wolf. When I got home, Shen Yanxi was in the yard drying blatilla. And Panax Noto ginseng. Jiang Yu was lying on a lounge chair nearby, sunbathing. It looked like a harmonious scene. But the conversation was very unfriendly. I am not her brother. I can tell. You can speak plainly. State your terms. Anything goes. I only want her. What a coincidence. I also only want her. Even if her first man was me. Shameless. Shen Yanxi, you actually use things from a past life to argue with someone in this life? Only a pathetic man uses a woman's chastity as a boastful capital. So what if you were her first man? Was she your first woman? As a noble son like Shen Yanxi, bedchamber maids were surely not lacking. Oh, so she wasn't? Then how do you have the face to boast? You couldn't even save your first time for the woman you love. Shameful. Jiang Yu's hands were both injured. If they really fought, he would definitely lose. Humph. Zhao Zhao. The herbs are almost dry. We need to restock some more. No need to restock. I've earned enough money. The debt of gratitude is also cleared. The 20 taels I have on hand is enough for me to take the first step on my journey. I have medical skills. I won't starve anywhere. Sigh. I only blame myself for my arm injuries that prevent me from helping. I've really troubled brother. Brother is so capable. In the future, Zhao Zhao and I will be very fortunate. Jiang Yu, your injury is not that serious anymore. Go back to the military camp today. My brother's leg hasn't healed yet. I'll see you off. Come back early. Go to Chief Tang's house this evening. He has processed your documents. You're no longer a slave. You're a free man now. Remember to go get them. Okay. This needs to be changed every 2 days. Remember to eat lightly. Keep the wound away from water. And also, no strenuous exercise. Lest you tear the wound open. Must you leave? Does our engagement no longer count? How can it count, Jiang Yu? You gave up your ambition and became a deserter. Never to return to the battlefield. Or should I give up my dreams to stay in an empty room and be a lonely wife who counts the days, longing for you to come home? I lived that kind of life for 10 years in my past life. I really don't want to live it again. In this life, I only want to be free. When two people's goals are opposite, the best ending is to forget each other in the world. They aren't opposite, Zhao Zhao. When the country is stable and no longer needs me to fight, I can accompany you. To travel across this world. As long as you're willing to wait. This twisted childhood sweetheart relationship was separated by 30 years of time. My feelings for him have long been diluted by the years. Now, there is no love. Even after our engagement was broken, I still waited for you for 4 years. It's my turn to trouble you, isn't it? Besides, this engagement can't be for nothing. I demand special treatment. If there's eventually someone by your side, I must be the first candidate. If I'm dead by then you can replace me with someone else. Where did you learn such rogue tactics? Just say whether you'll wait or not. His stubborn temper flared up. I didn't come out to see him off. We'll meet again sooner or later. There's no need for goodbyes. Zhao Zhao, wait for me to find you. Don't run too far away. On the way down the mountain, I looked down at my waist, at the still present concentric knot, and smiled softly. I didn't notice that on the road ahead, Shen Yanxi stood there like a god of death, when I bumped into his chest. Chu Zhao Zhao. How dare you? How dare you? How could you betray me like this? Chu Zhao Zhao. Do you even have a heart? While I was full of anticipation waiting for your return, I was told that you sold me. Is this the starting over you wanted? Starting over without me, right? Yes. How does it feel to be used? Is it pleasant? To dream of a future with someone full of hope, only to find out it was all a lie. Does it feel good? In our past life, didn't you treat me exactly like this? In our past life, you relied on the fact that I couldn't bear to hurt you, to wound me so recklessly. Zhao Zhao, don't push me. You know, I am not a good person. You don't push me either. I only want to leave you. You really know exactly how to make me suffer. Zhao Zhao. Why? I clearly explained everything. Why do you still want to leave? Zhao Zhao. Don't you love me? How can you bear to abandon me? I know I was wrong. But I'm making amends. I'm changing. Can't you just wait for me? We finally got to be reborn. Can't we really erase the past and start anew? No, it can't be erased. Not all hidden motives and I'm sorries can earn forgiveness. Fine. The soft approach doesn't work, does it? Zhao Zhao, you are forcing me to act foolishly. If I had known you were reborn too, on the day I bought you, I should have killed you. Am I really that unforgivable? In our past life, except for freedom, I gave you everything. You gave me everything? Shen Yanxi, have you ever thought about it? You imprisoned me on the outskirts of the capital, not daring to marry me. It wasn't for my sake at all. It was because you simply couldn't let go. Because my love for you was free of any selfish interests. Something others couldn't give you. Once you attained your high position. But similarly, you didn't dare marry me into your manor. Because as long as I existed, I would constantly remind you that the dignified Prince Regent was once a lowly husband bought by a country girl for 10 taels of silver. When you also lose your freedom for 10 years, then come and talk to me about forgiveness. After that, I never saw Shen Yanxi again. Nor did I see Jiang Yu. I practiced medicine along the way, freely traveling through famous mountains and great rivers. As if fearing something, I never stayed in any one place for long. But in the 4th year of my travels, I came to the marriage bridge in Chuanzhou town. The bridge was covered with red ribbons of lovers' prayers. I stood on the bridge from dawn until dusk, until the moonlight was clear, and even the people releasing lanterns under the bridge had gone home. Only then did I let out a soft sigh. Jiang Yu. I kept my promise. You can't blame me anymore. The 4-year promise was the special treatment I gave Jiang Yu. Before leaving the military camp that day, we agreed to meet 4 years later, on the Chuanzhou marriage bridge. If the war had settled by then, and if he was still alive, we would travel together. But today, he didn't show up. This is killing me, Chu Zhao Zhao. Next time we make an appointment, you really should ask first. Do you know that Chuanzhou City has 12 bridges that are all nicknamed Marriage Bridge? This young master almost died looking for you today. You idiot. In the later days, I rode north with Jiang Yu, planning to see the low-altitude snow mountains. When passing by Qingjiang, a blurred figure started following us at some point. Neither too close nor too far, he just kept following, never coming forward nor falling behind. If he wants to follow, let him. Isn't it nice to have an extra witness to our happiness? Do you know who it is? You don't know? I do know, actually. But it's not important. But speaking of which, what about that liar? Saying your first man was him. He made me jealous for a long time. The result? TCH. It was clearly me. Are we going or not? Going. Taking my wife to see the snow mountains. Ha ha ha.